Hey guys, today I want to tell you a little bit about my favorite piece of guitar gear right now. It's called the Boss Katana Go, and I'm not really talking specifically, well, I'll be talking specifically about this product, but I'm more so talking about this category of products and how much it's changed the way I play guitar, how much I think you could benefit from having one, and I really think everybody needs one of these and could find one handy. So I played guitar when I was a kid, but I didn't play it for very long. I only played for about 6 months to a year. But I had a set of guitar headphones, with the jack the size to plug into the amp. And when I was a little kid, this was probably 15, 20 years ago, I was like, why can't I just plug this straight into my guitar and listen to my guitar that way? But I was young, I was like 10, 11, 12 years old. And I didn't realize that there's no power. There's no power in your guitar and there's no power in those headphones. That's why you need to plug it into your full size amp and then you can listen to the headphones that way. And I thought that was kind of useless because you put it in this giant amp in your room anyways. It wasn't practical to bring around with you. It wasn't practical unless you were sitting right next to your amp. I know some of them had long cords, but as a kid I was like, I'm just not going to use this. I'm just going to turn my amp down really low, and I really never used them. But even as a kid, I knew, wow, this would be great if I could just plug it straight into my guitar and listen to my guitar that way. That'd be life-changing. And now getting back into guitar as an adult, all these years later, I come back and they figured out a way to do that. It's called the headphone amp. Now, like I said, this one specifically that I use is the Boss Katana Go. Another big one is the Fender Mustang. The Boss Katana Go and the Fender Mustang seem to be the two big front runners. I know Vox makes one that's cheaper. But the Boss Katana Go and the Fender Mustang, I haven't tried the Fender Mustang, but I know that a lot of people also use that one. When I was doing my research, the Katana Go seemed like it was the better product. It is a little bit more expensive. I bought mine off Sweetwater when they were around $130. I was looking up, just reading over them again before this video, and they bumped up to $140 now. So these are becoming very popular. And right now, Sweetwater says the Fender Mustang Micro is $100 and the Fender Mustang Micro Plus is $130. So the Mustang Micro is a little bit cheaper. I don't know all the specifics on that model and that headphone amp as I've only used this one, but it does the same thing. It might have a little less features, but I like my Boss Katana Go, and the reason I picked this one, like I said, it seemed to be better, but I also have a Boss Katana Gen 3 100-watt amp, which I already use the software on my computer with. And I already use Boss Tone Studio a little bit, so I was familiar with the layout and I could just take those tones from Tone Studio and all those pre-made tones and I can load them right into this one. So before I get any further into the video, the way a headphone amp works is this jack is just like your audio cable jack that you use for your amp and your guitar. It plugs right into your guitar, and then the thing that's better about this now than just plugging those headphones into your guitar is it has a little 3.5mm jack on it that you can put any 3.5mm from your cheap headphones that you run with to your expensive studio monitors. Just plug them right into this and you can use them. So me, I have a set of like JBL wireless headphones that I use for my phone mostly and like when we travel and stuff, but they also came with a 3.5mm auxiliary cord, which I use when I really just want to submerge myself in the audio from the guitar. I also have a cheaper pair. I bought them off Amazon for like 10 bucks, just a really cheap pair of like running headphones where it's individual headphones. And those are nice for when I'm sitting in the living room with the family or something like that. And I don't want to play just without any sort of tone, but I don't need to be fully immersed in it. Then I'll just put one headphone in my ear and I can listen to my guitar really clearly while I'm watching a show or I'm sitting with my family or whatever. But then I use the nice JBL headphones if everyone's asleep or if we're traveling and we're in a hotel room or any sort of situation where only I want to hear it and I want to hear it very clearly, I'll use the JBL headphones. Other than that, most of the time I'm sitting on the couch with one little earbud in my ear, one other end of the cord plugged into this, and I can hear it clear as day. Also, real quick, the features on the Boss Katana Go that make it great is it has 3 different channels, I'd call it, A, B, and C, and each one holds 10 different settings, 10 different effects, 10 different tones that you've set up. And it comes preloaded with 30 of them, so 10 in each. And I've just used the ones that come on it. I like the ones that come on it. It has everything you'd want. Has a fuzz, has a clean, has a metal, has a bunch that just come on it. Also, what makes this better than just plugging your headphones straight into your guitar like I thought when I was younger is they figured out a way to put a tuner in it. So all you do is hit a little button on the side and this is now a tuner. Additionally, what else I like about it is it syncs up with the app. In the app, you can really fine tune things on, if you're not using the app, you just need to hit the buttons on the side to cycle through the 30 different preset tones you already have in it, which is what I do 90% of the time, 95% of the time. But normally I'll use the app if I want like a backing track. You can take a video off of YouTube, it'll play in the app and it'll connect to this and it'll play the audio through this and you can hear your guitar through this. So a lot of times if I'm practicing a song or something like that, or I need some sort of backing track, it's great because I can play it to this. This receives the audio from my phone and the audio from my guitar, and it's perfect. Like I said, these run around 140 right now on Sweetwater. I haven't checked anywhere else. I was just reading the specs on it before this video, and that's really just the price of an expensive pedal. And you're going to use it for a long time. I mean, I'm hoping this lasts a long time. I've had it for a couple of months. I've been using it extensively, but it's not that expensive for what you're getting. Now you might be thinking to yourself, I play in my room, I'm a single guy, I'm a kid that lives in the basement, volume's not an issue. Well, if it's not an issue at home, that's great, but I think there's always situations where this might come in handy. When I'm traveling, it used to be, if you're traveling, you're taking your acoustic guitar. If you want to not take a lot of stuff, you could take your electric guitar, but you're gonna need to bring an amp, at least a small amp, with the cords and the power cord for the amp. And if you want to bring your pedals for your effects, if it's not some sort of modeling amp that has a limited amount of effects already put in it, you have to bring quite a bit with your electric guitar, unless you're just going to play it with no noise. If I know noise is not going to be an issue, or if there's some acoustic stuff I want to work on, or I may be playing a guitar around a campfire or something like that, I'll bring the acoustic. But now I can bring the electric in a thinner case, same length case, but thinner. So now I just bring this and I throw it in the little general pocket or the general slot in my case, and I throw my cheap little headphones in there. I'm already bringing my expensive JBL ones because I'm going to use those with the iPad or my phone or whatever it is anyways. And I'm already going to bring, that's what another thing I didn't mention, is this charges using USB-C. So yes, it can die on you, but it holds a charge for a while. It holds a charge longer than you're probably going to use it in one session. So if you are using it a lot, just charge it after each time you use it, and it'll last for you. But I'm already gonna be bringing a USB-C charger for my phone and my iPad and everything else that runs on USB-C now. I'm already gonna be bringing my headphones, so I really have everything I need for this. So it's perfect when you're traveling, if you're traveling out of town for work and you're gonna be in a hotel room and your acoustic might even be a little too loud for a hotel room, well, you can now bring your electric guitar and you can get all your effects on this and you can hear it just yourself. You don't need to be running some sort of small amp, desktop amp, or some sort of compact amp to hear yourself and for other people to hear you. You can just do it all with this and the headphones you're probably gonna bring anyways. And like I said, if you were doing this 20 years ago, taking your guitar with you, to get all the effects you have on here, you'd need more than a big pedal board to get all the effects. Now, as well as traveling, it's obviously a great device for if you're around a lot of family, if you live with elderly people that you need to be quiet for, or you have kids that only time you can play guitar is once they go to sleep. Perfect, you're gonna hear your guitar great with however nice your headphones are. That's really gonna be what delivers the quality of the audio, but you can really get some nice over-ear headphones and pair it with this, and that's probably gonna be what you're playing 80% of the time. You might play your amp if somebody else needs to hear you, but it's just, most people that get these, from what I understand and from what I see on forums and YouTube and everything, is that people use this almost exclusively. There's really no reason not to, unless your headphones hurt your ears or something like that, but it's perfect. Only you can hear it clearly, has all the effects you need. Or if you like your pedal board, if you like the pedals you run and the tube amp you run, maybe if you have some sort of preference, but if you're not that picky, then this is perfect. This is perfect to play all the time around the family. So like I said, when traveling or when your family's asleep, or like I said, the majority of the time I use it is after I come home from work. The family wants to sit down and watch a movie or something, and I want to play my guitar, then I just plug this in, I put one headphone in my ear, and I just sit there and play guitar, and I can hear it clear as day through this. I can hear what we're watching if I want to watch it, and my family, all they can hear is my guitar, just like if it wasn't plugged in. It's great. And it's not cumbersome. You can really barely tell you have it. Even on like a Strat where something plugs into the front, my hand never runs into it. Most guitars are gonna plug in the bottom, right? Like a Telecaster or a Les Paul or something like that. You're gonna be plugged in here and it's gonna be hanging off to the side so you won't feel it either. And then I just run the headphones around from my back instead of the front, because if it's in the front, your hand's gonna get in the way. But I just run it around the back and it's perfect, it's great, I love it. So like I said in the beginning, it's not really, this video is not really exclusive to the Boss one. I'm really just talking about headphone amps in general and how much I think they can help you. I have no affiliation with this. I don't even have affiliate links for you to click on in the bottom. Just Google headphone amps, do more research on your own. This is really just to spark the idea that, hey, maybe a headphone amp would benefit your playing and your practicing more. And I didn't know about it until a little bit after I started getting back into guitar. And I'm sure they're much more mainstream now, but if they're not, and if you've never heard of one or you've never thought of the benefits on how it might help you in the situation you're in, I really think it could for not a lot of money. So thanks for letting me ramble on about headphone amps, guys. I really just wanted to bring up the topic to plant the seed so you can do more research, or you can decide if it's something that's going to benefit you or not benefit you. Overall, I think everybody could find a time in their life or a situation where this could help them. So once again, thanks for watching, guys. If you made it this far in the video, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.